Hi there, Callum here. Some of you may know me as Touchy Squirrel. First of all, just want to say, if you're watching this, thank you very much. It means you clicked on the video and have an interest in our first podcast. I just want to address a couple of things before we go on to the main event. This recording that you're about to watch doesn't have an ending. That is because I received a call at the end of as we were writing down recording anyway. So, which meant that we needed to cut it short. So, I'm actually recording this before I start editing the podcast, but I'll probably cut that end bit out because I don't want to show the call. I'm not going to tell you about the contents of the call. That is my private life. But yes, due to the contents of the call, it needed to be ended kind of prematurely. So I apologise about that. But anyway, you didn't click on this video just to see me. You came to see the inaugural podcast recording. So without further ado, here it is. Roll VT, me. Hello everybody, and welcome to the inaugural first recording of podcast. We haven't given up a name yet. But this is something I've kind of been wanting to do for a while. On streams and stuff, I've kind of memed about doing a podcast, but the more and more I thought about it, the more and more I kind of want to do it. So let's just see how it goes. This is recorded, not live streamed, as if you're watching this, if it ever comes to the light of day, you are obviously seeing. And with us, we've got George, your OG co-host, and then you've got
God, not George.
You've got Lucy and Nickel, who have kind of become also co-hosts. William can't join us.
Co-hosts by default.
What? No. You kind of joined an after George. I'm just saying. And also in the top left, as I'm seeing it, we've got Kyle, who has technically been in on a stream before, but that stream was
last episode.
In last episode, George made a problematic joke, so it had to be cut.
I mean, yeah.
Brilliant.
Was it anything related to the B movie?
Well, I'm not going to say it, am I?
No.
Then you'll have to no.
Even if I do say it, it will have to be edited out because it was. Now, guys,
Yeah.
I have actually managed to book a couple sponsors for us today. Yes.
Really?
You've booked
Congrats.
sponsors?
Yeah.
Big spot at Callum.
Our
Go
first-
you.
Wow.
Big
Who are we
boy.
sponsored by?
Well, I'll tell you, and I've got a bit of a admission to make. I've been sponsored this whole time. In fact, my name has been sponsored. We're actually sponsored by the Woodland Petting Zoo. They invite you to poke their pigeons, fondle their foxes, berate their badgers, cuddle their critters in general, and of course, to touch their squirrels.
Very nice.
Okay,
Brilliant.
right. Yeah.
I
saw
somehow
that
got
coming.
from there.
And we're also sponsored by the Labour Party, and their new flipping coddling initiative. Yes, you go on an election day. You go and you cuddle your grandma and granddad, and you wrap them up in a blanket burrito. The reason being, then they don't go off and vote Conservative.
Genius. This is genius. I'm
So
trying this.
that's how they deal with the older vote. The Conservative Party, of course, deal with the older vote just by underfunding the NHS.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
That is
accurate. Yeah.
unfortunate.
So anyway,
Thinking about
The
politics.
Conservatives
Probably
wrap them up,
learned.
but in body bags.
beautiful. So anyway,
Oh my
how have before we kind of start as like proper, how have all your days, weeks, months, years, lives, simulations in a computer that inexplicably still star Keanu Reeves been?
Who wants to go first?
Well, my simulation that is currently simulating all of you, it seems to be going quite well. You all look relatively healthy, and you're functioning like actual human beings. So the experiment is going better than I expected.
By the way,
And-
you know how I said that I had stuff prepared? That's me burned through it. It was those 3 jokes, and that's it.
And that's what 3 minutes of
Yeah.
content. Great
Yeah.
job, Callum. Great job.
3 minutes
Good
of
job, yeah.
prepared content.
Did we
I
not
don't
decide
have
that
a
we were
lot-
all gonna cry at the very start? Is that what happened? We haven't
Yeah, but
cried
then
yet.
Callum would just cut it in post.
I don't have a
Yeah.
lot to say about my week, other than to add to George that, like, you're assuming a lot by saying I'm functioning.
Oh,
Oh,
you
yeah,
cannot say that you haven't had a. Sorry, if I remember correctly, you've just undergone a massive milestone in your life.
Yeah, I ate Quality Street in 2 days.
Okay, I feel.
That was
If
heroes.
if you don't want
Is that
me,
what it was?
if you don't want this said, I'll cut it in post. But Kyle recently moved out of the familial home of their partner. That is to what I am referring.
Yes.
Congrats. I don't know. Congrats, yeah.
Yeah, congrats to Kyle. Well done on moving out.
Congrats.
Cool.
Congratulations
That
on
would've
moving
been-
out.
That would have been a bad moment to go like, no, guys, I don't want to be here. Please help me.
I mean,
Saving his pennies for someday.
I mean, to be fair, you still live in Scotland, so yeah.
Yeah, the
Unlucky.
achievement's void.
Hey, Scotland is not one of the worst countries you could be right now.
I mean, actually, we were.
I'm
I
really
was
jealous of
looking
you
at-
living in the
Elsa.
coast. I'm not going to say where Kyle moved, but it's a
In the coast.
it's a
Docs
matter of
time.
no. It's I have said on streams before, and I don't mind people knowing. I live in Perth, Scotland, which is pretty much as central
Can't
inland
stop
as
doxing yourself.
It's
inland
also
Where
as
do
you
shiny.
you
can
live
get.
now?
Which is
Callum, I won't say your street address.
which is inland as you can get. And Kyle
We're-
has moved to the coast. I won't
We're
say
about to
where.
watch Callum, we're about to watch Callum get swatted right now.
I've said it before on stream.
Hold on, let
do
me
you-
just get my phone.
Do you not remember when you guys were saying say your street, and I'm like, no, Perth is enough.
Big.
Because Perth is a big place. I don't know what the population is,
Ha!
but it is. It has a population of, I don't know, at least 10,000.
Yeah.
At least 10,000.
Well, yeah. Where it comes to where I live, I'm closer to Stirling.
Nickel.
But my
Oh, sorry.
postcode is Glasgow. So
Yeah,
like, what do
You've
I
got
say?
good internet. Could you look up the population of Perth just now?
I'm just doing that.
Awesome.
Alexa.
A Scot. So, the population of the entire county of Perth and Kinross is 151,950 people.
So I don't think people are going to find me if I just say I live in Perth.
I
No,
like
that's only
the-
151,000 people, though. Like, that's not many people to search through.
I like the solution to that problem was, Nickel, you've got incredible internet. Like, so good you could actually use Google.
Yeah.
Well, no. Because,
Google a simple fact about.
well, because,
But the
because,
Hold on,
population
guys.
of the population of the city
I can
itself.
only- I
because
can
we're
only
obviously
run
doing
Yahoo right now.
because we're obviously doing this on Discord and we're all using video. When I open up Firefox, which is my personal browser of choice, it takes ages to load anything just because pretty much all the internet resources.
Use Chrome! Sorry.
No, I'd
Actually
rather be
don't.
safe and
Chrome is
secure.
terrible.
I love Chrome. I think
Yeah, Chrome
so
is safe
easy
and
to use.
secure.
Chrome is safe and secure, but it uses a lot of RAM. You need to have a RAM with at least you have to have a RAM minimum requirement of 16 gigs.
You need to have a
to run
whole
it smoothly.
herd of
I use
sheep.
Chrome for all my
You need that
store,
much RAM.
so-
There we
But the
go.
population of
We're
Perth,
back at the
Lots
shit
of
jokes,
RAM.
fam.
Here, the population of
Congrats,
Perth is
Callum.
1.985
Go,
million.
Britain's.
that's Australia, mate.
I was about to say, are you sure? That's like,
That's just,
given the population of
Perth is huge,
Scotland
though,
is 6 million. I don't.
So the
I thought-
population.
I don't think
I
we
thought
have a
it was larger. I
third
thought it
of
was 8
Scotland's
million.
population in one city.
In Perth. of all
Yeah.
places.
The population of Perth is 46,960 people
Okay,
It
so
is
you
quite a
could
big
Oh, in the
population.
city.
in the city.
Yeah,
I thought you said it was
we're just gonna
150,000.
see, like 10 people come out.
That's of the
Well,
county.
that was in Perth and
PKT.
Kinross.
Sorry, what? You've got. Sorry, did you say 490,000? So there's more people in the city
No.
of Perth than there are in the county.
No, 46,960.
Oh, 46,000. I added a zero onto it in my head. I'm sorry.
But the Perth and Kinross census was in 2019 was 151,950 people.
Ah, but what does the census know?
That's the point. Nothing.
So, so Kyle's big news of the week is that they moved. My big news of the week, I don't particularly have any big news. I mean, I started a podcast, apparently.
Yeah.
You doxed your friend.
I really haven't. Oh, come on.
The seaside.
Scotland has a lot of coast.
I'm gonna
Well,
leave the flat and see people combing the beach. Like he's gotta be somewhere here.
If people want to search the entire coast of Scotland, then sure, go for it.
That would be a really
would
nice
take-
trip. Let's do that.
I mean, it literally is a trip. It's called the North Coast 500.
Although that's only the north coast and some
Yeah.
of the northwest. And then most of the A9.
I mean, I'm not going to be silly and like say that Kyle lives in Ullapool.
Is this true?
Oh no, they're
No,
coming
no,
for me.
no. It's obviously
Oh, no.
I chose a coastal city that he doesn't live in because I'm obviously not gonna. He doesn't live in Ullapool. Don't go to Ullapool
Here, let's all
anywhere.
try
It's a
and
shithole.
guess Kyle's address. Let's
Don't-
do a game. Let's guess Kyle's address.
As a
I don't
rule, don't go
know
to
any
Ullapool.
addresses.
It's a shithole.
Oof.
But my aunt and uncle used to live there. They now live in Burnley.
I mean,
Well,
again,
yeah, why do you think they moved?
I don't know why. I'm just
Because
trying to
my
be
aunt's a hermit.
I'm trying to be inflammatory for inflammation's sake. I've never been to Ullapool.
Welcome to the first episode where the host gets cancelled already.
Have you seen any of my
Cancelled by
streams?
Ullapool.
Have you
Like,
seen
Callum.
any of my
Ullapool is
streams?
gonna cancel Callum.
Oh, by the way,
The whole of
guys,
Ullapool
I feel
is
like
small but dangerous.
I'm plugging my streams here. Have you guys got anything to plug?
Check out my SoundCloud. I have a rapper SoundCloud.
Check out
You know.
check out this stream I do every Tuesday with some cunt. Oh God!
Check out this guy.
Sorry,
James
Kyle, do that
Touchy
again.
Squirrel.
I'll make it big
quite
screen.
funny.
Everybody saw it. There we go.
Yeah,
Just
but this is excellent. No,
no. You have so much to live
you need a
for.
fork.
Living in Carlisle.
you need a
No,
spork.
that's not.
Yeah.
Carlisle.
Do it properly.
The only coastal towns I know are Ullapool and the place you actually live.
Honestly,
What about Weems
give
Bay?
climate change a decade, maybe it might smell like Carlisle.
I mean, yeah, Carlisle's probably gonna be.
God.
I've been to Berwick. I've been to Berwick upon Tweed for a job that ended spectacularly badly.
I mean, nothing ends well in Berwick upon Tweed.
Fair. I mean, England pretty much ends in Berwick upon Tweed, so that's something.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, that's probably the
Yeah.
that's probably the worst thing that
The
ends
one
in Berwick
thing.
upon Tweed.
Yeah. Sorry, Lucy. How has your week been?
School.
It's my week's been great. It's Saturday, so that means no 6 hours of probably crying, which is always nice. At school, by the way, if no one you know. And then I bought a phone,
Ooh.
brand new phone, not even out yet. Very, very excited.
How did you buy it if it's not out
Arriving
yet?
In about a month.
Oh, fair enough. You
Because I
pre-ordered it.
pre-ordered it.
Okay, fair enough.
And then I think that's it.
The same
We
brand
have
of,
this.
as William's dog's name.
Sorry,
Oh.
George, how
Hello.
has your week been?
My week has been most excellent.
What was the highlight? What was the highlight of your week? It doesn't need to be like the highlight of my week was. I know I'm mean about starting a podcast. The highlight of my week was probably today doing about 50
Laundry?
doing about 50 parcels in 3 hours.
That's an impressive. Is that a record?
It's a new personal best. Yeah.
Well done.
So no matter
Cool.
how small, what is your small victory of the week?
Victory. I've been working on a back piece, and I managed to finish the first page, both hands. So
Nice.
there you go.
There we go.
Invention number
Your next
4.
And last,
And
Well
but by
done.
G
no,
minor.
You'll be learning it backwards.
That'd
and
be
last,
really
and
Off and
last.
back.
Okay.
Say again.
And
sorry,
as it
I'll-
is off and back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll cut this very bit out. But just remember, we tend to be.
So I can make racist jokes now.
No, I can see
Oh.
we're talking over each other a lot. We need to we need to work out some sort of system, or maybe I'll keep this in. I don't know.
Whenever I go to talk, like I then immediately hear someone on my thing talking, so it's working with the delay.
Yeah, there's a bit of a delay. But anyway, sorry. So by last, but by not means least, Nickel, how has your week been? Highlight of the week, full victory.
Getting 2 days off in a row for
Nice.
the first time
Nice.
in like forever. So it was pretty fantastic. I have spent it pretty much doing nothing. I have tidied the flat somewhat. It's not completely tidy.
It looks pretty tidy
but
in the background.
well, this room's tidy, but like I'm talking about the kitchen and the cupboards aren't so tidy. There's like
Always the cupboards.
I feel like
I like my cupboard to be organized because it's also a bike garage because it's big enough for my bike. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
but it's maybe the week's been. It was a nice long week, but at the same time, it was okay. And I have recorded a couple of pieces of piano and / organ repertoire for an upcoming event of a colleague of mine.
nice.
Cool. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
And so
Pretty
I
good.
feel like I should. I feel slightly bad because I feel like I've made at least one person buy a microphone, especially for this. To wit, I mean, I am referring to Lucy, because okay, I bought this because we're on varying degrees of microphone. I'm on a AT2020, which is mid-range. It's not the worst, it's not the best. George is on a Behringer C1, which is about the same spec as my one. Lucy is on a I mean no disrespect, but perhaps a cheaper, a mid-low end USB microphone that she bought especially
Don't be so
for
rude.
that she
No,
bought
it's
especially
fine,
no,
it's
no,
fine.
that she bought especially for the streams. So like
For all
I
the
feel
money, she doesn't have a job anymore.
I feel kind of bad about that. And
No, it's
Kyle
great. I'm using it a lot.
Kyle is on a Mac right now, I believe.
Mac, so he's definitely got the most expensive mic out of all
No,
of us.
yeah. So
Yes.
no, say what you want about Mac. Their audio. Say what you want about Apple. Their audio equipment is very good.
Yeah, I
True.
mean, it's I'd definitely be getting my money's worth out of the microphone if it detected my voice. Every time I go into Discord, it just says, "We're not hearing anything. Are you okay? Are you alive?"
and then
That's a loaded question for Discord to ask me.
and then by far, anybody who knows microphones will have instantly recognised Nickel's microphone as a Shure SM7B, which is the best in the game, but is on Shure's website cited as £385.
Yeah, it's not the cheapest mic, but by far it gets you a really good output. It's a large diaphragm mic. It's not actually a condenser mic. It is a dynamic cardioid.
Wow,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wait, so
but
that means it doesn't need phantom power then?
it means it doesn't need phantom power. Yep.
Mm.
So, but it's got an output because I'm a classical singer. It's got an output of that because I'm a I'm a baritone. It gets me the low frequency
Oh
range
yeah.
that I need. It doesn't pick up the high end, but for my voice, partly because I'm a guy, I don't need the high treble end, which is good for what I need it for, and it works the best. It was either going to be this or an NT1, which is a Rode mic. I personally prefer using Shure mics. I've got an SM57 lying about somewhere,
Tickler.
and various other Shure mics, but my personal preference is Shure as of a brand. But the NT1 doesn't do the low end as well as this does.
Yeah, the nut tickler doesn't really do the low end, does it?
I mean, it does
like
do the
that.
low end. It tickles it.
No, the NT1's a really good mic for like instrument recording and things like that, and just
You would know, would you?
as a general mic, but it's not as great for low end
TMI.
stuff like that.
So, we learned
I
something
like
about
that it
Nickel.
was-
He likes having his low end tickled.
I like that the range we have is me on my wee 30 quid mic. What? It was at like 285, 300,
385 quid is
300.
Nickel's.
Yeah, so 30 quid and 385 quid.
And then
So it's a nice range.
I got this for about 90 quid, and I think the RRP of yours is about 65. George?
What? Well, you were the one who bought it. So.
I mean, I got it for about 40 quid because it was on sale on Amazon. But I think the RRP of the bone. Go on then. Let's call on Nickel again. What's the
Nickel,
selling?
do the Google thing, the thing where you look on the internet for information.
Well, the only
let's
reason I
wait.
ask is because his web page is gonna load faster than mine.
Yeah, because he's using Chrome.
What you don't over.
I have no
currently
idea what
on
it is.
Amazon, it is £40.50.
Yes.
The
It's on
RRP,
sale.
the RRP of the USB input version is
Ugh.
65.
Callum, I knew you were going to do that. USB mics are not that bad. We've had this
The-
discussion.
Pa! I
The,
spit on you.
the
in
version
prison.
of it that's an XLR interface is only £5 more.
Does
That's
that turn
£5
you on, Callum,
more?
when he says XLR?
XLR versions tend to be cheaper than their USB counterparts.
Usually, yeah. This is just me looking at Amazon, mind you, so it could just be on the sale.
I know
for
certainly
USB
the
one.
80-2020, the USB is because the RRP is like £90 for the XLR version, and then the USB version is about 135. If I remember correctly.
We're focusing a lot on mics at the
Microphones.
moment, but like let's consider though. Let's look at another aspect. I'm the only one without a chair.
That is a fair
This
point.
is the real
That
talking
is a
point
fair
here.
point.
This is actually something else I wanted to critique before we get onto the corners. This is actually something else I wanted to critique. Just because this is more or less the first time we're using webcams. I mean, people have seen me before. People have seen me and George if they watched the stream. Which is actually one of our most successful streams, in my opinion.
Brilliant.
What was the stream title? Oh yeah, it was. I told you this was a bad idea.
That was
It's a very
fantastic.
good stream to watch.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
go back and
appreciate
watch it. You know, you gotta get the plugs in. Yeah. So this is my set.
comfy?
This is my setup. I've got mic arm, all that jazz, and then we've got this is Katie's. That is Katie's. We've got Lego over here. We've got actually. Let me make myself big just for a sec. This is Katie's. We've got Lego over here.
Wow, you're so big. How do you get so big, Callum?
Wow.
We've got I eat all my vegetables. We've got Doctor Who post over here. We've got and then we've got fridge. We've got a fridge.
Love the fridge.
Look, it's got C-pentane. It runs on C-pentane. That's got to be up with my top 10 list of hydrocarbons.
That's so cool, Callum. Tell us more about fridge.
No, that's it.
This is turning into a fridge porn channel.
I was gonna say that a thing,
There is
but
no fridge.
God, it probably is.
It probably is.
Anyway, George, take us through your setup. You are big on the stream right now.
Oh, I'm big, am I? Look how wide I am. All right. Actually, I can show you, can't I? Because I can do this. All right, here we wait. That's sideways. No, that's upside down. Right,
Go
Wait.
the other way.
is it working? There we go. Right, I've got
Yeah.
an audio interface. I've got 2 screens. I got a keyboard or something, a mouse, and then I've got a freaking microphone, and that's it. Good
Wow,
job.
you look so cursed for a sec there. Just because the blue was reflecting off your glasses.
Wait, how do I get it again?
You look quite cursed.
Never mind.
I
Too much
remember.
effort.
I remember. I've referred to you being the OG host, but back when the streams had like no viewers. I mean, we've got a tiny bit of an audience now. We usually get like 3 or 4 viewers, which is something's better than nothing, eh?
And a lot of the time afterwards, there's like 70 views or something.
Yeah.
Which is impressive.
And I feel like I've gotten better. But I remember beforehand, because I bought stuff for the stream, right? Because I bought this microphone and stuff just to get a bit better sound quality and stuff. But you've had this stuff for a while because you're a musician, you know. Yeah, check him out on SoundCloud. I know you're joking about being a SoundCloud rapper, but seriously, give the URL or something. Plug your SoundCloud.
God.
Hey, give me.
Right.
I'm gonna know the sound. I'm gonna have a listen.
All right. Just give me one moment. I can't get this this.
Can I just
Is
wait for
it
you?
just Hughes George M on SoundCloud?
I think it is either that or it's my name and my birthday. Oh my God! Why won't it just sit?
Anyway, so George has been making music for a little while. So he had a microphone and interface, a laptop, obviously, and all that jazz. So he had a streaming setup, essentially, before a streaming setup. But I had to be the one to tell him, listen, mate, your webcam mic on stream, it sounds awful. Can you not just plug in the Behringer? Like, you've got this setup. Could you please use it?
Hold on. Let me just change. Oh, you can hear me now.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's.
I
no,
can
that's
barely hear you,
bad.
but yeah.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
it's
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry for.
And then when I started streaming with you guys, playing with you guys, I was running this, which is a Samsung Go mic, which is
Oh.
dreadful.
And now you've got
Yeah.
the best mic out of all of us.
And yeah,
George,
I did use my headset mic for a while, but then when I moved, I lost the dongle for it.
Do you want to
So it's
get...
in a box somewhere.
Fair enough. Do you want to give us a little tour of your setup? Sorry, Nickel.
Oh, you didn't, I thought you said George.
No. Sorry,
me?
I'm being stupid.
Okay, yeah, I'll
I'm...
give you another tour.
Sorry, no.
with pleasure, yeah.
'Cause
let me just.
Because I've got you big on the stream right now, and I
Right.
stupidly thought that because I had you big, you knew that.
Yeah. So I can't quite take the phone down because then if I take the phone down, then it's going to screw everything
That's
up
fine.
for me because it's a pain in the bum. But
Like
of
it
course,
is for me.
microphone running the SM7B, which is a new addition to my setup.
Very new, yeah.
And I'm running interface-wise. I like Focusrite interfaces. So me being a musician as well, I like to have the kit that I'm used to. So I run a Focusrite 2i2 in here. I have used interfaces that are 18 input, which are massive and powerful, and no need for them unless you're recording orchestras. And then I've got a wee dual monitor setup as well. My desktop is running a GTX 1070, 16 gig RAM with an i5 instead of an i7
Wow,
because
computer specs.
at the
Cool.
time
This
I
is a
was
much more involved answer than I was expecting.
Do you want my computer specs?
and then
It's a laptop.
Monitor.
and peripheral wise, I like Corsair peripherals, so I run an M65 mouse.
Ooh,
and-
Corsair peripherals.
and a K70 keyboard.
I
The
feel...
headphones I'm using are Status Audio.
Oh fuck.
They are the Kenobis, as I like to call them. the actual model name is Obi-Wan's. They're open back. And
Obi-Wan?
and they're
Hello
45mm
there.
drivers. So for people who like, big things, and then to add a touch of ambience,
You like big
I've
things,
got
eh?
a wee
Tell
candle.
us more.
So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
it's a
It's
good
lit,
setup.
fam.
That was
It's
very
not-
involved. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. That was very involved. I feel like I should give a bit more of a background to my setup before we go on. Then okay, so obviously 80/20/20 USB, not USB XLR. Got this is a like flipping. I think it was 15 quid off Amazon mic arm, and then I got just my laptop, which is a HP EliteBook 8470p, and I've got that running into a Dell monitor that I found at British Art Foundation for a £5. I've got the XLR running through a Behringer UM22, which is a really cheap interface. I'm not gonna lie. This is a recent edition. I recently updated for when we were playing Rome of the Mad God to a 20 quid flipping mouse with 2 extra buttons that I picked up at Tesco. And
But what brand are your peripherals?
well, this brand is called Trust.
I don't trust.
And then finally, lighting wise, I've got none. I've got a desk lamp. That's it.
You got a light behind you.
And the only reason I have this setup is because this XLR cable is Katie's. I bopped the microphone, I'm sorry. The interface is Katie's. Basically, Katie, like George. Sorry, Katie is my girlfriend, I should say. Katie, like
I'm a
George.
sister.
Wait, I'm your girlfriend, excuse me? I wasn't informed of this.
No, it just happened.
When's the wedding, guys?
Sister I've
I don't
gained
mind, but like, could you let me know next time?
When's the wedding? To Katie or to George?
Both.
You could be.
I
the
mean,
best
you're a
man.
Mormon.
I'm a mole man.
Oh, what's the highlight of your week? Well,
I became a
I
mole man.
married George.
I married George. Yeah, that was just this week. Sorry, I just bent down to get a flipping beer label that I'd peeled off and I balled up and I dropped. Anyway, where was I? Setup. What was I talking about? Literally, can you remind me of the last sentence I said?
Well, you've done your mouse, which was
You
which
do your,
one was
you
there?
do your
Yes.
candle.
Sorry, Katie. We bought her little home recording studio, and we kind of split the cost, so it's kind of half mine. So and she had a dynamic mic. Now, OG fans, if they exist, of the streams, will remember when I had a tiny little, a dynamic mic that was Katie's, and I basically had a streaming setup because we had a home studio for Katie, much like George had a streaming setup basically already because he had a home studio. And then I bought the AT2020 to kind of have a more even vocal range, and the rest is very, very recent history. Oh,
Tell us about your XLR cables.
the microphone, the headphones are flipping cowing. They're 40 quid wireless, although I'm using them as wired microphones. I keep saying microphones. Headphones that I bought at the start of my college course, and they have lasted me ever since.
Hello. Test. One. Testing.
Okay, and so let's move on to Lucy.
And, okay. I have a laptop.
Me too.
So do I.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's it.
No, I have-
That's her tour over. Just I have a laptop.
I have my HP laptop, which I used before for my mic, and then I bought this one because I really don't like the mic. It's cute. It's got a wee stand. I'm gonna
Cool.
drop it and break everything.
It is. It's very cute.
I'm using my phone for a camera because it's significantly better than the HP one. I have this mouse. Oh, it's very red. Mouse. Oh,
Are you summoning
I
demons?
I actually am.
It's Realm of the Mad God.
And then just Katie appears.
I'm actually. This is her bedroom. This is what I'm
Is
using.
it-
I'm using Katie's old bedroom
You
as an
see,
office.
I put those pictures up.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I did. I put those pictures up.
This is one of my sister and our dear Padre.
And that's Kylie
Whoever
Minogue.
the hell that is.
Kylie Minogue, I believe. If I got
yeah,
that,
it is.
I'll ask Katie when she gets in, and I'll put a little text in edit if I'm wrong at the bottom.
Idea that's who it was. I just thought Katie found the picture of someone that she likes. Or
I
something, yeah.
I always thought it
And
was
then-
really creepy because see how she's looking down, and if you just angle the camera slightly just to because Katie's bed is there, so she's just got that face looking down on her
It's
as
a
she
mess
sleeps.
because I've been using Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm using an ICT Sing mouse pad because it has the wee wrist thing that I like. Because I'm using it all the time for schoolwork. And because my phone case, because I got it back today because it got rice in the thing and it was a whole stitch. I don't have a phone case, so I'm using a sock, so it doesn't slide.
That's beautiful. I
Blue
love
sock.
improvised setups. I love
Wait,
them.
I might be able to show it. You might be able to see the wee. Can you see the wee top? This is the sock. This thing here.
That's amazing.
I used to have a
And-
phone
and-
stock.
But yeah.
Wait, sorry, is that a phone sock or just like an actual sock?
Oh no, it's an actual sock.
Nice.
It's a proper blue sock, and my lighting is a desk that was sitting next to my bed, and I decided like an hour ago I looked too dark and weird, so I went out and I took it.
When
And
I
that's my
like about 30 seconds ago when I said I love improvised setups, I for some reason I sounded so English on the setup. I love setups.
Setup.
Anyway, last but
A lot of mine is improvised.
Let's hear about Kyle's setup.
yeah, for the second time I shall use this phrase in this recording. But last but by no means least, Kyle's.
Well, the mic you all know. I'm gonna start off with the most important bit of the setup, which is my water, which is almost
Oh.
done. I don't
Oh.
have the fire extinguisher in this room, so I'll just perish in here.
Fire extinguisher is a very
Um,
important part of the setup.
So if you
My
know where Kyle
lighting-
lives,
Which
you can kill him.
Go,
He's
no,
a-
go save
steal
him.
the fire extinguisher.
and Kyle obviously
And my
lives in
lighting.
Ullapool.
Yes.
Go to Ullapool, steal the fire extinguisher, bring it to Perth, will you search the 49,000 people, and find Callum and give the fire extinguisher to Callum. And I'll give
Show
you
us
10
your
quid.
setup.
My lighting is
Above me.
Actually, I think- you'll find my lighting is professionally installed.
You'd hope so.
Well,
Yeah.
It's in the ceiling. It's in the ceiling. You already know the socket.
Oh, yeah.
this
Oh
is
yeah.
Also,
Stop touching it.
You plugged that earlier, so yeah.
Eh,
Well, I mean, he literally did.
Yeah.
I'm stealing Kyle's joke here. Kyle made that joke about half an hour ago, so yeah, it's hardly my joke.
This is already a clip show. So, I don't know what else do I have because I'm not even wearing socks. Like, I can't put that in the setup.
Send feet pics.
Batteries. I've got a single Duracell AA.
Oh,
I've
lonely.
got
Duracell
Some-
battery.
Energizer. Look at that strong boy. Those
Oh,
are
wow.
AA.
Once you're done, can I just
I
say
have,
something on fucking Duracell?
You're fucking Duracell.
I've got a
Katie
double.
won't be happy.
I've got a
Don't
double A
tell
up my ass
Katie.
just now. How do you think I keep so
I've got a
energized during the streams?
I've got this clock for extra lighting.
Oh, I heard that.
That's cool. I like that.
I've seen that clock. It's really
Yeah.
it's really cool because sorry, I just want to explain because I know that clock because obviously I've been round. I've not actually been round to your new house, but I've been round to your obviously familiar house. It doesn't really show up on camera because of how cameras work. But it's a like holographic laser display of the time, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Cool.
I might as well include it's not what I'm wearing at the moment, but I do have some lovely under the sea Barry M nail polish from Superdrug.
Okay,
which
so
I was wearing yesterday, and it tastes great.
I thought that was a perfume. I was about to say, what the fuck does that smell like? Under the sea
I would
perfume.
like
Did
to
you just
ask a
eat that?
question.
Just smells like fish.
Yes.
Hmm?
So, sorry,
You
Lucy?
just
I
eat
have a
that?
question.
Yeah,
Yes, Lucy.
yeah, seafood. I will
My
say,
question
like,
is,
what?
what color have you gotten now? Because I like it. What brand? What color? I'm gonna need the info.
I've had this for a while. It's another Barry M one, but it's one of the more solid colors. One moment.
Sorry, guys,
So-
I've started something. I was just
You
a
gotta
wee bit
know these
curious.
things. It's important
I
information.
recognise that wardrobe as well.
Solid colors like his shits.
I mean,
It's,
good. That means he has a good diet.
That one there.
Okay.
It doesn't
Oh,
like
that's a nice
say
colour.
anything like, but it's
Yeah, no, I like the color. I noticed it earlier, and I thought, hey, I like it.
It's like
Whenever,
the colour of the water around the sky.
green
whenever,
berry.
Feed money
Berry.
poured like a bird on the wing.
whenever I have,
Onward the
whenever I have nail
sails
polish on, I've
rise.
always just, whenever I have nail polish on, I always just go either red or black, because I'm a basic bitch.
Yes, you are.
Red,
And
the blood of
even-
angry men.
I'm
Black.
really,
Black.
I'm really desperate to make this more in depth than Nichols. So
I don't think that's possible.
I'm going to.
I don't think
I'm
CERN
going
have a
to-
more
Tell us
evolved
about your
setup than
peripherals.
Nickel.
Just open
I'm
up your
okay.
sock drawer and just
I
be
do
like,
have
okay,
good
this one's
peripheral
blue.
vision. I'm right. So I'm
You
going.
don't need
right, so
glasses.
this is more lighting. This is the kindest of lights. But I'm
Ooh.
gonna do a food review of it.
Like a mukbang or mukbang.
How does
or
it
whatever.
taste?
I don't think it tastes very good.
It's a light
Uh,
snack, but it's good. It's good. Like considering. So there you go. Olight, they make good snacks.
See, usually setup tutorials or whatever
Michael.
don't include eating the setup.
Sorry. Sorry. Just before anybody else says, I just want to say, Kyle, that setup tour, it was very illuminating. There we go.
Yes. I'm
I
now
like
getting
the
gloated
clock.
from items I have not eaten.
Sorry, my talk about awful puns. This is talk about awful puns. It's a nice segue. That's spelled SEGUE, not the things you flipping ride on.
Oh, but I like those.
It's a nice segue to my. So I asked you all to kind of do a corner, as it were, to bring a conversation topic.
Did you? I don't remember this.
Did you? Oh, fuck, hold on.
This was last week, Callum. This was Tuesday.
I kind of hinted to it on the chat. Okay, fuck.
Okay.
I don't.
Hold on, let
I
me
don't
find a
read
book
it.
or
something.
Hold on. I know
Yeah,
what I'm
let
going
me-
to talk about though. I just need to like find something.
If it's any consolation, I knew I was gonna start off first, so you could just come up with it on the fly.
Well, you do that.
You know how I was
Get
joking
some
about
objects
Nickel
around
having
it.
to Google? Like I'm on Safari right now.
What
my-
to talk about?
it's
What to
going
talk
to-
about?
Yeah, I'm whipping
Topics of
everything out.
conversation.
I think I'm pretty good. I might whip the sock out of the bag again. That might be a good one to do.
The tactical
Yeah,
sock.
tell us about the sock.
No. Basically, what I wanted to rather meta. I know I certainly have 3 main podcasts that I like listen to religiously, and then I listen to a few others on the side. But the main inspirations for this one are the official podcast, which is the podcast of it's a quarter his podcast, but the YouTuber Critical Penguin Zero Charlie, whatever you want to call him. It's him and his friends Kaya, Andrew, and Jackson, and they just talk about anything they want, much like us. And it's called the official podcast, and that's what kind of made me think. Listen, if them just getting together and talking about shit can be entertaining, maybe ours can too. And the other podcast of 3 that I listen to is The Bugle, which is Andy Zoltzman, and he used to be John Oliver's satirical newspaper. The kind of tagline for it is an audio newspaper for a visual age, and it's basically fake news. It's fake news, the podcast, because very little of what he says is true. Like, he usually just makes shit up, and it's like if the Onion were a podcast, but he does loads of puns. He does massive groaners. He does sentences that last for about 3 minutes. And so I think those jokes I was making at the start, very much Bugle inspired, and a bit more middle class. The other podcast I tend to listen to is the Friday Night Comedy from BBC Radio 4. You know, the Now Show, the News Quiz, Dead Ringer, stuff like that. Because I just much like because of the Bugle, I enjoy satirical content.
Do you want a sentence that lasts 3 minutes?
Okay.
Callum's entire thing lasted 3 minutes.
According to all no. Sorry, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start
So,
timing you.
Callum, just to put off, just to delay while I find something to talk about, I just want to nitpick your thing. So
Okay.
you said it's like
dirty.
if the Onion had a podcast, and I thought I know factually
Do they have a
that
podcast?
this claim is incorrect. It's called The Topical.
Fair enough.
Focus.
Fair
It's
enough.
called The Topical. It's from the Onion.
Fair enough.
It's explicit, children. Be warned.
Oh yeah. By the way, the
Get
podcast.
defeated by facts and logic, sir.
The facts are explicit.
No, but
Honestly,
honestly,
What
got
were you
Shapiro'd
saying?
by Kyle.
listen to the Bugle. if you get a chance, listen to the Bugle. It's definitely. I think you'd like it, Kyle.
You think I would like it, but here's the thing: is facts don't care about your feelings.
I love the impression. It's so good.
Oh, Kyle.
Oh, it's so tight.
But by the way, I don't know if you saw like last week's stream, but I ended up trying to do impressions, and I was saying like if Kyle was here, I'd need Kyle here because he's best at impressions.
Oh, Fraser and I were watching that. That was fantastic.
I didn't know that was you. I didn't know you were with
Very
him.
good.
We put it on the television in his flat.
Of course, because he's in Edinburgh as well.
Yeah, don't dox him. There's only like 1 million people in Edinburgh.
I was
or
about to
something.
say, oh yeah, because if I tell you I live in Edinburgh, you're gonna be able to find me instantly, aren't you? It's not like it's an entire fucking city.
I feel like if they know you live in Edinburgh, I feel like that's actually going to be worse. And I can give you a reason. I can justify my answer. This is English class. Welcome. I am justifying. You see, if you got directly doxxed, what's the worst that happens? You get murdered, right? Okay, that's.
I feel that's a
quick.
pretty.
over.
I feel that's a pretty
That seems
worst
quite
Me, Mr.
bad.
worst case
Winter.
scenario.
Okay, let's go a scale down, right? Someone breaks in, right? They punch your tits in. That's pretty bad.
Not my
But
tits.
it's not weird. It's not weird. It's a thing that happened, and you're like, oh wow, I'm shaken. But that's not weird.
Also, probably bleeding
What's
out.
weird is if they know you live in Edinburgh, but they don't know where, and you walk out your house every day, and on every lamppost there's a picture of you that just says, "Have you seen this man?" and you're just seeing pictures of yourself all over Edinburgh. That's fucking weird.
That is a dedicated
Like,
dog
punch
star,
my
but-
tits in, please. Don't take my picture and put it on a lamppost. I don't want my face pissed on by dogs.
Right, okay. I'm amazed that this is the thing I'm picking up on. Surely, posters on lampposts tend to be head height, right? For an average human. So say it's about
Yeah.
6
Tall
foot.
dog.
What sort of fucking stream
Really
does this dog
tall
have?
dog.
What sort of
How big
fucking
is this
stream?
thing?
Yeah, how big is this dog that it can
Wait,
piss
you're
6
gonna
feet
show
up?
us something. We're gonna see a tall dog.
Sorry, if that dog is pissing on this like human head height poster. That dog is actively trying to piss on your face.
Yeah, it's like Elon dog though. It's like the Elon Musk.
This dog has something
It's like
against you.
shooting for Mars, you know.
Yeah, sure. I'd be pretty red faced too if I had the entire of Edinburgh looking for me.
Who's a good boy, SpaceX? Who's a good doggy?
Oh, God.
Yeah, you piss on NASA.
I can't do an impression of Elon Musk. What is it? We're gonna send a dog to the moon. We're gonna send a dog to the moon. We're gonna do it now. I don't know. He just always
Is
sounds
that
really
Trump?
serious. No, I was trying to do Elon Musk. I've only heard impressions of him
Callum,
though.
you should
That's
do-
the thing.
You should do your Trump impression again. That was very entertaining.
I can't. Kyle's here. I can't. No.
Speaking
I
of,
can't. No, see, there was a time where I tried to hone a Trump, and it was an impression of an impression essentially. But now I'm so fucking out of it, I can't even do that.
Let me tell you,
Like
I've
it's
I've
very
been
slick, I
nominated
can't do it anymore.
for the Nobel Peace Prize. I am the most
yeah, I can't believe
peaceful
that.
man ever. I am the most
By a
peaceful
Norwegian.
man.
But
Every time,
speaking,
like-
Oh no.
speaking of Elon Musk,
I threaten nuclear war with North Korea in the name of peace. That's the best I can do. That's the best I can do. It's shit. It's shit.
but speaking
Because
of Elon
of
Musk,
how-
by the
Sorry.
way.
Continue.
Sorry. Did you see what happened to Tesla the other day?
No.
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 The value of the share price plummeted by 21%.
But that happened.
Oh, no.
But that happened ages ago, didn't it? Because Elon Musk tweeted he what is it? He tweeted Tesla stocks are too high, and that caused them to plummet.
Well, yeah, but then he announced the split, the stock split, which happened at the same time as Apple's stock split at the end of last month, and they shot up again.
And
And
now,
then they split the
are you
stocks,
saying this
and
just
now
because it's
plummeted
new?
by 21%?
Are you saying that this just because it's news, or because you have personal interest? Because I know you have a portfolio. Do you have money in
Yes.
Tesla stocks?
Not anymore.
Oh, what you sold them all just?
I sold them all ages ago.
Oh, fair enough.
I sold them
Nickel
all
is
ages
the
ago.
reason for the drop.
Oh, I wish. I wish.
I feel like
No,
I feel like I've created a perfect storm. I've got Nickel, who literally like buys and sells stocks, and then I've got Kyle, who is basically Karl Marx. His politics are a little to the
anti-capitalist.
left of Karl Marx.
If it would make you feel better, I will do my best Ben Shapiro for the rest of the podcast because Jasper just said no from the other room.
Thank you, Jasper.
Because if I do Ben Shapiro, I figure like if we've got like center and we've got right, then that is completely balanced politics as far as I'm aware.
Yeah,
So
I'm like the
Yeah.
BBC. I've got balance. Well, in fairness, I don't think playing the stock market inherently makes you right ring.
no.
No.
I'm
Not
doing Ben
exactly.
Shapiro.
I mean, it makes you a capitalist, certainly, given that, like, the stock market is the definition of capitalism, but it doesn't make you right ring, I'd say.
No.
Well, that's the funny thing about definitions. Now, if we look at the facts, you might find that the money is that's not what capitalism is necessarily. But of course, you wouldn't know that being just being a former student. You don't know the economics. You don't know them at all.
Mr. Shapiro, can you tell us about your violin?
It's the smallest violin in the world that he plays for liberals.
my violin. My violin on which I play wet ass p word every day.
Oh, I heard about that. And actually, funny enough, looping it back round, you know why I heard about that? On the Bugle. But yeah, I heard that he won't say the word pussy. He always says p word. And he says like, oh, my wife, who's like a gynecologist, says that if it's I'm gonna stop because I'm gonna literally start quoting another podcast, which I don't want to do. I don't want to steal Andy Zoltzman's jokes.
Probably a wise idea.
Yeah. Oh no,
They're not as funny coming from you.
Well, no, I don't. It's called comedic integrity, you know.
It's also you trying not to relive your days of Bomano.
Anyway, so if you got
Just ignore that.
if smoothly move past it, about as smooth as your face being dragged off some gravel. I don't know. I kind of lost enthusiasm for that joke halfway.
Understandably so.
I couldn't think of a good simile metaphor. I got an A in higher English, and I don't know the difference whether it's a simile or a metaphor.
I'm doing higher English.
Cool.
It's really hard, so if anyone ever wants to just help me out, really appreciate it. Really difficult.
Anyway, so I've said what my favourite podcasts are. I feel like, Kyle, just because you said kind of pre-show before we started recording that you have so much to talk on, we're going to leave you till last, if that's okay.
Yes.
Oh no, he could go now. He looks like he's ready to go.
So who...
I'll
we'll
look them up because...
We'll leave him as the grand finale. So, George, are there any podcast recommendations that you'd like listening to?
Oh no, I don't listen to podcasts.
Fair enough.
I'm cultured.
Do you know?
No, I'm just kidding. It's just the way I said it.
No, fair enough. But do you?
It's like
It's something to
I didn't
do.
mean to say it like that.
It's something to do whilst you're doing something else. Because I like.
Yeah, I know.
But
I listen to music.
Okay, when I need to do the dishes, put my headphones on. Yeah, there you go. And also,
yeah, no, fair enough.
I'm one of those people. I mean, anybody who's friends with me, everybody will know this. But I'm one of those people that I can't just go to sleep in silence. I like having a podcast on to go to sleep to.
A lot of people like that.
Like
I
me.
think.
He doesn't like The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I mean, it's a good song, but I do.
The original by Disturbed.
But yeah.
Oh,
but
I love that version.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, I am in the opinion that the Disturbed version is the better version.
Not the better version, but it is very good, in my opinion. In my humble.
Fair enough. I agree to disagree. I mean, it doesn't matter, but yeah.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
absolutely.
Nickel, do you have any podcasts that you are a avid listener of?
So most of the podcasts that I listen to, unfortunately, are related to my job, and so they're tech podcasts.
Well,
however,
let's
aside from tech podcasts,
no, tell us whatever no judgment, what you're interested in. Let us know.
So, the one that I mainly listen to is the WAN Show, which is Linus Tech Tips. Very good content, I would say, in general from Linus Tech Tips.
WAN Show.
WAN, yeah.
As in Wide Area Network.
Yeah, as in Wide Area
I like
Network,
that.
yeah.
I like that. It's a good name.
Yeah, it is, yeah. But other than that, it's that and the Offline TV podcast as well. I find that to be quite entertaining sometimes. Which is just Twitch streamers talking about shite, basically, which is quite fun and humbling to see that they can actually talk about shite as well as actual proper conversation.
That's why I like the official podcast. Well, I mean, everybody. I mean, flipping Charlie, Penguin Zero Critical. He goes by all these names, mainly because one of them is his actual name. Actually, I believe his name is actually Charles, but he goes by Charlie.
Ooh, Charles.
Well,
Charles is too royal.
Yeah, his birth certificate says Charles, but he goes by Charlie. Anyway, but like you're the one actually, George, that introduced me to him. Him to me, even whatever. Yeah, whatever. Sentences. English sentence structure. Flipping.
English.
Words. No.
Communication.
Yeah. Critical has never
Use
been
your higher English.
Critical has always been really down to earth. Like in all of the videos, you can tell it's just him. But and the podcast is just more of the same. But it's just really nice to see that, you know, he's got I'd say Critical is second only to flipping PewDiePie. Like, Critical is a massive YouTuber. Like, in terms of, like, stature and, like, reputation and stuff. And he's just a guy. Like, more than anybody else, I'd say. He's just a guy.
Yeah, he's not sold out. That's one of the things about him.
Yeah.
is A lot of YouTubers kind of sell out their name. But I guess he doesn't.
And
seem
the
to have
official
done that.
podcast is just him and 3 of his mates just talking shit. Anyway, let's move on to Lucy, and then we'll go on to Kyle. Lucy, what are your favourite podcasts to listen to?
Right, so I don't listen to podcasts often, but when I do, I listen to a podcast called Directionally Challenged. Doubt anyone will know it, by Candace King and Kayla Yule, who you probably don't know.
I'm afraid I
well.
don't know any of those names mean nothing to me personally, but...
They're 2 actresses who are also like best friends, so they did the podcast. I listened to... What's the other one? I listened to Rhett and Link. I listened to their one, Ear Biscuits.
I know of them. I think my friend Matt, likes them. I don't know if he listens to the podcast, but I know he's certainly mentioned them.
Yeah, and then I like Callum. I'm the same with you, that I don't like going to sleep in with nothing, so I listen to audiobooks though.
Okay.
That's like, instead of doing podcasts, even when I'm working and just doing everything, I just listen to my wee.
Which you can do too if you get your free trial of Audible today.
This shit ain't going on Audible.
Hashtag sponsor us Audible.
Audible sponsor me.
Although,
I already
to be
listened
honest,
like,
to be honest, you only need about 3 viewers to have an Audible sponsor, so...
I could probably recite the Audible advert back to you. That's how much I listened to it.
If we got an Audible sponsorship, I would find out if they have the entire Bible,
They probably do.
obviously an
Yeah, they will
audiobook
do.
of the entire Bible, and I would review all of it start to finish
Sorry,
on this.
sorry, I'm making myself laugh. All I'm thinking is, the Bible is like one of those audiobooks where it's read by the author. Just read by God. By the way,
it's like you.
I fully admit I am almost certainly not the first one to make that joke. Like, that's
It's
all.
like, I imagine you look on your phone, you get your Audible subscription. Possibly you get your free month of Audible.
Just use
and,
code I want to die
and,
and get a free pair of
and
socks
you
to
look
prop
at
up your
phone,
microphone.
there's
Hey, there we
that
go.
says-
Yeah.
There's a notification that comes up that just says, "Thank you, my son. We know." Then you
I
just
know
lie
for
back. You
you,
don't need
the Bible.
headphones. The voice vibrates through you, and it's just in the beginning.
In the beginning, this audiobook started.
I'm finding out if
Narrated by
there's a
Stephen
Bible
Fry.
audiobook.
Anyway, Kyle, the big grand finale that I've built up to. What is the litany of podcasts that you would recommend? What are the litany of
Start from
podcasts?
Bench
Sorry.
Heroes. So, this is a list. I'll let you know when we get near the end.
Oh God.
Oh wow. Okay.
Can I? Okay.
First one-
Can I just get a number? 1, 2, or 3 digits in the amount of podcasts you're going to recommend us?
Or 6.
Oh
Two,
God.
I hope.
Right, I'm gonna quit the call.
But, yeah, two, I hope. But a lot of them I can run down very quickly. So the first is Secret Dinosaur Cult, which is they've not done any new episodes for quite a while because a lot of the episodes are live shows. But it's Sophie Hagen and Jodie Mitchell, 2 comedians that do it, and it's
About having sex with dinosaurs.
that's only part.
I believe he likes to be called Harvey Weinstein.
The best way of describing it is
Sorry,
it's,
George's face as I made that joke.
the best way to describe it is it's a podcast that is normally like they'll pick a topic that's like a real important topic. They'll talk about that a bit. They talk about daddy issues, and
Okay.
somewhere in there they throw in a dinosaur that people learn about, and they advertise it as secret dinosaur cult. It's just about dinosaurs.
Okay.
It's not about anything else.
Can I just double check? Because I know there are like bear in like gay culture is like a big burly hairy man. Can I just check that dinosaur isn't some sort of sexual term for?
No. They're just dinosaurs. They don't need your filthy headcanon.
Although there are scalies as well, aren't there? Which are like the reptile versions of furries.
Oh no.
Yeah, hold
scalies.
on. I'm just gonna hide my costume.
I suppose a scaly could dress up as a dinosaur.
Yes.
By the
Yes.
way, I'm not
dinosaurs
meaning to
might be more
mock.
furry.
I'm not meaning to mock. I don't know. I'm kind of treading the. I'm not meaning to mock alternative sexualities, obviously.
Urban Dictionary has a definition for dinosaur.
Animals
Ancient,
person.
ancient creatures that died out because you touch yourself at night.
Thank you, Urban
That's
Dictionary.
actually a good summary of the podcast. Yeah.
Bring us back to
That actually
the
works,
Bible audiobook.
Oh, Lucy. Okay.
Lucy has been doing her research because she's already with Audible. You have.
she
The
entered code. I want to die.
NIV audio Bible in 1 year, read by David
Sushi. David Sushi. He's an actor. Oh, that's
I've
quite
actually
interesting because
audio-
sorry, can I just give a little David Suchet, he was most recently, or the last thing I knew him in was a performance of The Importance of Being Earnest, where he played Lady Bracknell, I believe the character's named. Yes, he played in drag, which, if I'm not much mistaken, the Bible doesn't much like alternative sexualities.
Ah,
So
actually
it's just quite
who's
interesting.
in?
It's just quite interesting that somebody who has acted in drag then goes on to read the Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess it doesn't explicitly say it's against. Well, maybe not a good debate to get into, but that it's against
Maybe.
Oh,
alternative
I'm getting a call.
sexuality.
I'm getting a call. Give me a sec.
Oh.